Okay, hello everyone. I am Esme White,
Hi, I'm Sammy.
and today we'll be talking about brachycephalic dogs and their short muzzles and how short muzzles mean short lives and the issues that come along with them. So the agenda today is talking a little bit about the scientific background information, then targeted stakeholders and desired outcomes, and then the actual extension project. So first, what does it mean to be a brachycephalic dog? So according to the American College of Veterinary Surgeons, certain breeds of dogs and cats, they have like an obstruction of breathing because of their head shape and their muzzle and their bone structure. They're known as like the dogs with the smushed in faces, like French bulldogs, English bulldogs, pugs, Pekingese, and Boston Terriers, and Persian cats as well as an example. But today we'll be focusing on dogs. And the term actually means short-headed. So today we'll be talking about kind of how this syndrome kind of affects their lives and why it's an issue today. Okay, so a little more overview. I am actually a brachycephalic dog owner. That is my dog in the bottom right corner, Mason. So just a disclaimer, although I'll be talking about the pros and cons, and the cons do seem very intense. These dogs are amazing, and I highly recommend anyone to get one, but to adopt instead of buy one. And that we'll be talking about that later. Anyways, so the pros of a brachycephalic dog, they have a cute snore that Mason does all the time, a little mushy face that I get to squeeze, their little crooked teeth. They have so much droopiness to them, drool always, and they're like, I swear they're like little humans. Um, the cons, they overheat very easily. They have a hard time breathing. They have sleep apnea, hence the snoring, a lot of breathing issues, especially during exercise, skin issues, folds to hold bacteria and create infection. And they are, even though the snore can be cute sometimes, it is so obnoxiously loud. So what does all of this mean? Um, Yeah. Okay. So number one, there are a lot of trips to the vets, way too many. My dog Mason has pricey trips between his veterinarian and dermatologist. Yes, he has his own dermatologist. That's how important and kind of money and time consuming these dogs are. That seem to occur more frequently as he gets older because his problems become more intense. He has medications and shots. At the beginning of each month, he gets a Cytopoint shot for his allergies, and he takes a Topica with a slice of cheese, which is the only way he will consume it every day. Both are for his allergies. He has allergies to like grass, mold, normal allergies. And then frequent bathing and cleaning. He is medicated shampoo and conditioner used weekly. It has to soak on him for about 15 minutes, get rid of all that like yeasty bacteria and such. And he also, my mom makes sure to clean his crevices, the wrinkles in between his nose, in between his toes every morning and night. It collects so much dirt and bacteria you wouldn't even believe, even if they're in the house all day. And also, sadly, brachycephalic dogs come with a short lifespan. Even if you address these factors strictly and make sure to take care of them to the full extent as possible, it is inevitable that they will die sooner or pass away sooner than other dog breeds because of all these things and other health conditions caused by their syndrome. So what are these other conditions? So the pathway to other health problems, there's brachycephalic airway obstruction syndrome. So this is upper airway abnormalities. They have nares, extended tubes in their actual anatomy, a soft palate. Their layering. Okay, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but they can collapse. Things in their throats can collapse. Their tracheas also have issues, and all of these things can affect these dogs. Maybe one of them or multiple at a time, and this can be really detrimental. Also, dystocia, so difficulty giving birth. This is specifically seen, not specifically, but more commonly seen in the smaller breeds like French bulldogs, where people try to breed these like cool colors, like lavender or blue bulldogs, and their little bellies aren't like made to hold all these babies, but they're bred so often, and that can increase their difficulty in birthing them. Also, ulcers and eye conditions. Mason actually just recently had an ulcer because of their short snout. They are more prone to smashing into things and getting sticks and leaves in their eyes. And that scratches the cornea and leaves an injury, which is so hard to repair because there's a low blood supply to the cornea. And also digestive problems. Food is huge, especially regarding their allergies and what you need to feed them or do in order to keep them healthy. They have very bad reflux. They vomit. They vomit a lot. They regurgitate a lot. Mason's always coughing. This is because of their an increased tendency to have pneumonia affected by their brachycephalic anatomy. And finally, atopic dermatitis. This is why he takes his medication. They're predisposed to allergic skin diseases that primarily are in their wrinkles and in their ears. Yeast infections are so common, especially in their ears and toes. In between their interdigital cysts are also common. This is why we need to clean them often. And these are just all of the health problems that come just from the way their anatomy is as a brachycephalic dog.
So moving on to the target stakeholder of our project. So we have noticed that a lot of people who are interested in buying dogs and these types of dogs are younger, and this is backed up by a study by Packer in 2019, and it was conducted with an international survey of a little over 2,000 BC dog owners, and they found that most dog owners are young, or they're first-time dog owners, or they had children in the household. And they also found in this study by Packer that there were unrealistic perceptions of dog health. So despite the owners realizing that they have to take their dog to the vet more often, or they have to bathe them, or make sure they don't overheat, almost 71% of dog owners stated that their dog was in very good health or the best health possible. So this creates kind of a paradox between the actual health of the dog, despite the fact that BC dogs do live a shorter life and do have a good amount of health issues. And also a main reason for buying BC dogs include appearance, desirable size, breed size, and friendly with children. So you can see the top two traits are related to looks and appearances.
And for the target stakeholder, we're trying to target dog owners and potential future buyers. There's a younger demographic, especially for these brachycephalic dogs, especially because of social media influence. There's so many rappers like 2 Chainz, for example, that have these like beautiful like pattern dogs, and their audience sees that and they think that they want that dog, and have such little education on actually how to care for them and give them proper care to have a good, long, healthy life. And that's what we're trying to get at here, to target these younger people to kind of prevent these dogs from suffering more than they already have to due to breeding.
Yes, so our desired outcomes with our extension project is to create a new social media platform to inform young individuals on BC dog responsibilities. And as May previously stated, this is not to say that you should not adopt a BC dog, or that if you have a BC dog, you should feel ashamed of yourself. We recognize that there's no perfect breed of dog, so it's really just to educate people on this topic, since it's not really discussed, but it does occur. And we also want to draw attention to the issue of breeding dogs repeatedly to achieve a certain look, since this is not very sustainable for the dog's life. And we want to counteract the messages that occur on social media platforms from influencers and pet influencers, because although some platforms do educate, some of them don't, and this can persuade people to adopt a dog when they're not ready, or to shop rather than adopt. As we mentioned, our extension project is to use a social media platform to reach out to potential buyers or current owners of BC dogs. And as we've mentioned in class, outreach does have the potential to make an impact, as we saw with the farm visits on dairy farms. Some people, their perceptions on farming changed for the better, some for the worse, and some, their perceptions on the topic didn't change at all. So although there is a chance that it can backfire, it can also start a conversation and get people thinking about BC dogs. So with that in mind, according to the Pew Research Center, 90% of people between the ages of 18 and 29 years old use at least one form of social media in the United States, based on 2019 statistics. So the demographic of people who are using social media aligns with the demographic of people who are purchasing and interested in BC dogs. We also know that 63% of Instagram users visit it daily, which is pretty high compared to other forms of social media. And pet influencers are on the rise, so a lot of people enjoy content with dogs and pets, myself included, and it's important to notice that impact. So our extension project is a social media platform mainly on Instagram, but on other sites as well, called Action for Short Muzzled Canines. And with this, we would have to be aware of social media tactics. So it's important to create engaging content that can cause people to participate, let the audience know how they can help, and introduce shareable campaigns. And highly engaged people are more likely to change their own behaviors. So if they are engaged, they're more likely to think about how they can act and what they can do for BC dogs. Secondly, you need ongoing content. Of course, if you're not posting anything, people will unfollow and become bored. And third, it's important to build a community around it, so there can be opportunities for people to discuss their own experiences with their BC dogs, and some of the challenges or benefits they faced. And we could also partner with different organizations who have a current platform to further spread the message. So as an example of the extension project, here are two posts of what the posts on our Instagram page would look like. As you can see, they're a bit eye-catching and they're a little bit more easier to digest and read than a peer-reviewed article or something that the everyday person isn't going to go out and reach for. So we feel that this type of approach would help people learn about the topic, have people think about it, and yeah, that is our presentation, and thank you for your time.
Thank you guys so much. We hope you learned a little bit more about BC dogs and kind of can educate other people who are looking to get these type of dogs and make sure that they are making the right decision. Thank you so much.